Okay, so the last session we had discussed about depletion type MOSFETs. Okay, so that was the construction of a depletion type MOSFET. The important thing to be observed here is that there is a channel already present in the case of a depletion type MOSFET. If it is a P channel, then a layer of P type will be present. If it is of N channel, then N layer will be present in the depletion type MOSFET. Okay, so we had just gone through the construction, the working, as well as the characteristics of a depletion type MOSFET. Okay, so just to reiterate on some of the things. Okay, so that was the depletion mode. Okay, and this region belongs to the enhancement mode. Okay, so we had looked at the various reasons why do we get a depletion mode and also a enhancement mode. Okay, so that was the recombination process which happened in the case of depletion type MOSFET. Then we had also looked at P channel depletion type MOSFET. Okay, we get similar kind of graph, but it's a mirror image. Okay, because of the changes in the voltage polarities. Okay, so these were the symbols. All right, so today we shall be discussing about the second type of MOSFET, which is enhancement type MOSFET. So the previous in the previous type of a MOSFET, there the charges used to get depleted, okay, as and when the magnitude of the gate voltage was increased. Okay, or to put it the other way, the strength of the channel could be modulated. In that case, there the channel was already present. However, in the case of enhancement type MOSFET, initially you won't be having any channel. A channel is created or it is formed depending upon the magnitude of the gate voltage that we apply. Okay, so that's the construction of a enhancement type MOSFET. The only difference is that here we do not have a channel. Okay, so this is the same source, same drain. Okay, there is no channel present here. It has to be created, right? And you have SiO2 layer as usual, and then you have this black colored part which is the metal. Okay, so you have metal oxide semiconductor, and this particular structure acts as a capacitor. Okay, fine. So let us try to understand the working of this particular enhancement type MOSFET whenever we apply any external bias to it. Okay, so let me just draw the structure so that we will understand it in a much better way. So I'll be considering a N channel enhancement type MOSFET. N channel enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, so the first thing is to draw the substrate. For a N channel, the substrate will be of P type, and we have two doped regions which are implanted, and they are heavily doped. Okay, so since they are heavily doped, we represent it by plus symbol, N plus, N plus. So these two act as source and drain respectively. So that is the source and that's the drain. Now the most important portion is metal and insulator part. Okay, so that is our insulator part, the shaded portion, and the top portion is metal. Okay, so this acts as gate. We also have a substrate, but usually it is not represented. Okay, but we'll just express it by the symbol SS dash. Generally source and the substrate are being tied and it is grounded. Okay, so we call it as source referenced MOSFET. Okay, that is the source is grounded, and with respect to that potential we apply gate as well as drain potential. Okay, So you can very clearly observe that at initial stage there is absolutely no channel. Okay. Channel has to be present in between source and the drain. So right now there is no channel. Okay. So let us try to apply voltages at the gate as well as drain. Initially let Vg be greater than 0. Okay. We will try to understand what actually happens. Let Vg greater than 0. Just a second. Let us initially assume that let Vg be equal to 0 first. Okay. And Vd. Whenever we say Vg, it is always referenced with respect to source. So it is Vgs, and drain is also referenced with respect to source. So it is Vds. So let both of them be 0 as of now. Right. So will there be any current flowing from source to drain? No, there is no current flowing, right, because both the biases are 0. So I will write then the current IDS is 0. Okay. The second case, okay, let us just consider them by cases. So that's the first case. Second case, okay, let VGS be equal to 0 and let VDS be some positive value. Okay, some positive value. Okay, for example 1 volt plus 1 volt. Okay. See, when we apply drain potential, the drain tries to pull the electrons from the source towards the drain. Okay. But the problem is the electrons which are present in the source have to enter into the semiconductor portion which is full of holes. Okay. Right now there is no channel. So the electrons become the minority carriers. So the minority carriers, they cannot enter into the drain now, right, because there is no channel formed. So even though we are applying drain voltage, just because gate to source is 0 and there is no channel, let me write no channel formed, no channel formed. Okay. So IDS is again 0. Then the third case, okay, let us ensure that let VGS be greater than 0. Okay, let it be a positive value, and let VDS be also positive value. Okay, let us assume again it is 1 volt. And now what happens? Okay, when VGS is positive, VGS is greater than 0, then I have already told you that this particular structure acts as a MOS, metal oxide semiconductor. In turn, it is a parallel plate capacitor. So due to the applied polarity, on top of the metal, positive charges should appear. Okay. Now on the contrary, because it is a parallel plate capacitor, equal and opposite charges, equal amount but opposite charges which are negative, they have to appear near the surface, okay, at the top of the semiconductor. Now where do these negative charges appear from? Negative charges in the sense they are nothing but electrons, but where do they appear from? Okay, that's the most important question, because in P substrate holes are the majority carriers, right? Even though holes are the majority carriers in P substrate, there will be some amount of minority carriers which are the electrons. So those electrons will be moving towards the surface just because of this applied polarity, okay, and the capacitive field effect. Okay. So because minority carrier electrons are moving upwards, okay, that means holes should be repelled. So holes will be moving downwards. Okay. So in that way a channel gets formed because of VGS greater than 0. Okay. So let me draw that channel, because of which a channel of such kind appears. Okay. So this channel is almost either rectangular or trapezoidal shape. Okay. But the important point is there is always a depletion layer present. Okay, you should never forget it, even if it is not mentioned in your textbook diagrams, but it is always present. Okay, depletion layer. Right now, see, because VGS is greater than 0, I'll just be writing, because of VGS, channel is formed. Okay. Now, what will happen because of VDS? See, once we apply positive VDS, electrons, due to the force exerted, electrons now they can enter from source into the channel region, because channel is full of electrons, and subsequently these electrons can enter into the drain, thereby constituting the current. So, now I can say current IDS flows. Okay. But what about the shape of the current? Okay. So, IDS versus VDS, right. So, as VDS increases 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, as such, the current increases linearly, because the channel just acts as if it is a resistance offered. Okay. But when this current increases, what will be happening to the shape of this particular channel? Okay. See, please concentrate, the shape now changes. See, as VDS increases, I am applying positive voltage at the drain end, which means there is a PN junction here, right. This is of P type and this is of N type. So, it is getting more and more reverse biased, the shape of the depletion region also changes like this, it increases. Okay. So, the thickness of the depletion region increases more near the drain when compared to the source. So, this increase in the depletion region, it pushes further the channel, so that near the drain end the shape of the channel becomes like this. Okay. Further, at some point of stage, it appears as if it is a triangle. Okay. So, this point is again called as pinch off. Okay. So, that is the point, pinch off, right. And further, if still VDS is being increased, there is little space for the electrons to move from channel into the drain. So, what happens? Due to the applied drain bias, the electrons will gain sufficient amount of kinetic energy and move with high velocities, but the current will be same. Okay. So, this is called saturation current. Okay. Hope you are understanding. Okay. Let us just assume that this is for VGS equal to 3 volts, okay, plus 3 volts. What if I increase VGS from 3 to 4 volts? Okay, the strength of the channel will increase. So, again I will be getting a higher current. So, this will be for 4 volts. If I reduce VGS, then the strength of the channel reduces. So, I will be getting a relatively lesser current. Okay. So, this could be for 1 volt. What if VGS is 0? When VGS is 0, no channel is formed. So, the current IDS will be 0. So, this is for VGS is equal to 0 volts. Okay. Right. So, that will be your pinch off voltage. Okay. I hope the working of enhancement type MOSFET is clear to you. Now, just to focus on the word enhancement, why are we using the word enhancement? See, in the case of depletion type MOSFET, as VGS was increasing, the strength of the channel was reducing, which means the channel was getting depleted of electrons. However, in this case, as VGS increases, the channel strength increases, enhances, due to which it is called enhancement type MOSFET. Okay. So, straightforward, as VGS increases, the current enhances or the current increases. So, it is called enhancement type MOSFET. Okay. So, very quickly we shall just go to the diagrams which are given in the textbook. Okay. Now, this structure is tilted by 90 degrees when compared to the diagram which I have drawn here. Okay, but it should not become, or it should not confuse you guys. Okay, so just observe. I'll try to correlate the things. So that's the source, that's the drain. Okay, initially VDS is positive, right, and gate voltage is also positive. Since gate voltage is positive, positive charges are appearing on the metal plate. Equal but opposite negative charges have to appear here. Okay, so due to this, a channel is getting formed here. Okay, please beware, in enhancement type, channel will not be there before. It gets created or it gets formed only when the gate voltage is applied. Okay, so since these electrons will be moving, because they are minority carriers, from the bottom of the substrate towards the top surface of the substrate, whereas the holes will be moving towards the bottom end. Okay, fine. So that is the channel formation. Then as and when VDS increases, the current also increases, and the shape of the channel changes like this. Okay, because the thickness of the depletion wall increases, and this is the phase when pinch off occurs. So you can observe that it is pinch off. Okay, beginning of the pinch off phase, and after pinch off the current just saturates. Okay, fine. Yeah, one important point here is IS equal to ID. Okay, hope you can understand this, right? Okay, source current is equal to the drain current. Why? Because gate current is 0. MOSFET is a voltage controlled device. Voltage actually controls the flow of the charges from source to drain. It is not the gate current. Gate current will always be 0 for a voltage controlled device. Okay. Then we have this important expression. We will just come back at it a little while. Okay. Then the drain characteristics. So you can very clearly observe that as and when VGS increases, you are getting higher and higher current. Okay, fine. Right. I'll just come back to these equations in a second, but first let us just go to the next diagram. Obtaining the transfer characteristics from drain characteristics. We have already seen it in the case of JFET as well as depletion type MOSFET. The procedure is the same. Okay, you will have to join the points with same voltage levels. But in the case of enhancement type MOSFET, the graph is exactly the mirror image here. Okay, so just observe. So because VGS is positive, so I'll be writing down the scales in a positive way. So just observe. When VGS equal to plus 8 volts, I'll have to join it with the graph where it is plus 8. Okay, so similarly when it is 7, I'll have to join this when it is 6, when it is 5, when it is 4, and when it is 3. Okay, so I am just joining the corresponding lines so that the points where they coincide, I can just draw the or plot the graph. So when I plot it, I'll be getting the graph like this. Okay, now one important point here is till VGS equal to 2 volts, the current is almost 0. IDS is almost 0 when VGS is lesser than VT. VT is the threshold voltage. Okay, so because of which, and when VGS is greater than VT, only then the current flows. Okay, only then the current will be of a significant value. Okay. Now let us just focus on the shape of the transfer curve. I can express it like this. For the values Vg lesser than the threshold value, the drain current of an enhancement MOSFET is 0 milliamps. Okay. The reason is, see, if the MOSFET was an ideal device, right, I'll just try to show it in a simplistic way. Okay, let us consider this to be SiO2. Okay, so this is oxide and this is metal, right, source and the drain. Okay, N plus, and this will be P substrate. Okay, so this is gate, source and the drain, right? See, if this particular structure was completely ideal without any drop, then the moment I apply VGS greater than 0, current would have flown. Okay, current would have flown like this. However, this silicon, okay, the P substrate is of silicon material and it has some drop. Okay, it has some inherent potential, so which is being determined by the word called VT. Okay, so that's the threshold voltage. So VT is the threshold voltage, right? So VGS must be greater than the threshold voltage, only then the channel gets formed. Okay, otherwise the channel will either be partial or it will not be present. Okay, so only when VGS is greater than VT, the channel gets formed like this. Okay, and then we can express the drain current as constant multiplied by VGS minus VT the whole square. So this square term is extremely important. Okay, so once you take up the course on VLSI, you will be learning a lot about this particular expression. Okay, you know that there are three regions. One is the cutoff region. Okay, another one will be linear region, and the third one will be saturation region in the case of MOSFET. Okay, so for all these three conditions, the equation actually changes. Okay, so you will be learning a lot in your higher semesters, but as of now, this much is sufficing. If you want to obtain the constant value, then it is ID upon VGS minus VT the whole square, the condition when the MOSFET is on. Okay, fine. So that was how to obtain the transfer characteristics from the drain characteristics. P channel enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, so here the terminals are the same, only the substrate is of N type instead of P, and source and drain are of P type. Okay, what about the channel? Obviously, if it is P channel, then the substrate will be of N type, and the channel which is going to be formed should be of holes. Okay, so holes should be formed. So if these holes have to come from N substrate, okay, what type of polarity should I apply at the gate, students?
Negative
Somebody
polarity.
can just answer. Negative polarity, exactly. Okay, because if VGS is negative, only then negative charges will appear on the metal plate, so that equal and opposite positive charges will appear due to the capacitive action, and these charges will be they are actually the minority carriers, and they will be coming from the N type substrate. Okay, fine. So that when you apply VDS, okay, naturally the holes will move from the source into the channel, and then from the channel into the drain. Okay, so the physical phenomena is exactly as that of N channel MOSFET. Only thing is that here the flow is due to holes. Okay, then coming to the transfer and the drain characteristics. Okay, you can observe the differences. Here VGS, see, as VGS increases in a negative way, the current also increases. Okay, and coming to the transfer characteristics, you can just observe. Okay, it is just a mirror image when compared to your N channel enhancement type MOSFET, just due to the differences in the polarity of the gate voltage. Okay, then coming to the symbols, so these are the symbols for N channel and P channel enhancement type MOSFETs. If you tie the substrate and the source, okay, you will be getting the simplified structure. Okay, so you can very well tie them. Okay, fine. So that was all about the operation of MOSFET. Okay, so if there are any doubts, then I'll just clarify. Any doubts? Okay. One possible question here would be, in the case of n-channel MOSFET, right? What instead of VGS greater than 0, if we apply VGS lesser than 0, right? What will happen to the device structure, right? Okay, so let us just observe what may happen. N plus gate, source, and the drain, P substrate. Okay, so source and the substrate are tied and then connected to ground. Okay, so what if VGS? Okay, just a point. What do you mean by VGS? See, VGS is the voltage difference between gate terminal and the source. So it can also be written as VG minus VS. Okay, so similarly VDS can be written as VD minus VS. Okay, so both of them mean the same thing, students. Okay, all right. Now when VGS is lesser than 0, what may happen? Okay, that means we are applying a negative voltage. So negative charges will be appearing here. Fine. Just to balance the capacitive action, positive charges have to appear here. Now already your P substrate is full of holes. Due to the applied polarity, there is absolutely no problem for the holes from the bottom to move towards the upper surface. Absolutely no problem. Okay, they will move, not an issue. So that this region gets accumulated with holes. But is that our objective? That's not our objective, because if this space gets filled up with holes, then even if I apply VDS 1 volt, okay, there will be a force. The drain will exert a force. However, the electrons from the source, when they enter here, they will just get recombined with the holes. Okay, so that they will be lost here. An electron can never enter from the source into the channel and then reach the drain in this case, because there is absolutely no electron channel present. Okay, the channel is full of holes, right? So this type of voltage polarity is not going to help us. We call it as accumulation phase. Okay, but this is of no use for current conduction. Right? Okay, this would have helped us if the source was of P type and if the drain was of P type. Only then it would have helped us. But for N channel, it's not going to help us. Okay, so we have to apply VGS greater than 0. Only then a channel can be formed and we'll be getting a enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, well, this type there is one more important point to be cleared here. Okay, please understand. When VGS is greater than 0, electron channel will be formed. What does that mean, electron channel is formed? See, initially the material was completely of P type. In the channel, the material is not of P type. It is of N type, because electrons are there, right? The number of electrons are far more when compared to the holes present in the channel. I am talking only about the channel region. So we call it as inversion. Okay, the semiconductor has got inverted from P type to N type. Right? Okay, so that phase is called inversion. So you will have to remember these things. Okay, all right. So students, I think I'll just stop here. So today we discussed about how an enhancement type MOSFET operates for a N channel and also for a P channel. Okay, so if there are any doubts, then you can ask me.